Hello and welcome to another edition of Tommy Media's Tommy Chalk Talk, where we go beyond the box score and take a closer look at St. Thomas sports. I'm Jake Remes. Alongside me, Tom Pitzen. Tom, Glenn Caruso and his Tommies coming off yet another solid week, running up the score 78-7. What's your take on that? Is that a little bit heavy on the gas pedal at the end of the game, or is that called for in some way or another?
Well, your hands are kind of tied in a game like that. When your third-string running back is racing 50 yards down the sideline for a touchdown against their first-team defense, not much you can do. You play the hand that you're dealt, and it's not like you can lay down in the middle of the field and kind of, give up. But Jake, I'd be interested to get your take on it. You played football here at St. Thomas competitively at a school at Edina. What's your take on it?
Well, especially coming from a program like Glenn Caruso, spent a little time there. I look back at the 2012 Stag Bowl where he was staying on the gas pedal to the last minute, even though hopes were pretty much zero that the Tommies could pull it off against Mount Union back in the day. And, I really think that speaks to the character of the program in a way, that they're always on the ball, they're never going to let up. And that sort of mentality, I think, is healthy for an organization and a program. I think it matches Glenn Caruso's personality. I think it's overall a good thing for the team, Tom. So we'll see how that works out. But before we start talking about the Stag Bowl, Tommy's 6-0 already. Is it too early to be talking about playoff implications?
I would think so. You don't want to count your chickens before they hatch, as they say. But this game against Bethel, the fourth-place team in the MIAC, after that you have a game against Concordia, the third-place team in the MIAC, at Concordia in Moorhead, which is always a tough test for anybody.
Right.
And then after that, the last week of the season against Gustavus, the high-flying Gusties with Mitch Hendricks and those Boyce brothers. So, you can kind of see that the Tommies are getting into that playoff swing, but don't take anything for granted because you got some big teams coming up.
Right. So, again, bringing it back from playoffs, Tommies have Bethel this week, conference rival. Team they've had a little bit of trouble with, especially with their back set last year. They had 3 guys, lost one of them. What's your take, Tom? The Tommies going to be able to pull it out this time?
Well, those Bethel backs that you mentioned, they combined for 5 touchdowns in Bethel's win last year. And they lost one of them, Bryce Marquardt, but they still have Marshall Klitsky and Bridgeport Tussler. Bridgeport Tussler, a 2-sport star, Division I transfer from South Dakota State, and Marshall Klitsky, 4th in the MIAC in rushing. They can do a little bit of everything. They like to use their backs out of the backfield, not only for running, but also receiving, swinging them out wide.
Sure, yeah. Experienced team. We'll see if the also experienced Tommy defense can hold up this year. For Tom Pitzen, I'm Jake Remes. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Tommy Media's Tommy Chalk Talk. If you have something you'd like us to discuss on a future episode, tweet it to @TommyMedia. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to check Tommy Media for the latest campus news. And thanks for joining us. I'm Jake Remes with Tom Pitzen.